Greetings and welcome, Mr. Waddy here and my algebruddies. We're going over how to solve multi-step equations. We're algebruddies. I'm getting looks from them, internet friends, but don't worry, internet friends. We are algebruddies, even if my in real life friends don't want to be algebruddies. It's okay. So we were solving multi-step equations. This is page 16 of your Big Ideas book. And here we got G, and I'm trying to solve the equation for G. And there's a couple of things happening to it. All right, I'll outline it this way first. So in terms of PEMDAS, there are two things occurring to G. First, what's happening? Is it being multiplied or subtracted according to PEMDAS? Which one? PEMDAS, the M would happen before the S. So it's multiplied by 2. And then the second thing that happens to G is it's being subtracted, right, by 13. And we talked about solving yesterday as kind of like if someone assembled this equation, we are now trying to disassemble it. And to disassemble something, I'm going to have to do it in the reverse order with the reverse action. All right, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to SAD map. All right, SAD map. We're going to deal with subtraction and addition before we deal with division and multiplication. Right, that's how we're going to do things. And I'm going to do this in the reverse order. So my step one in solving is, instead of subtracting by 13, what's the opposite of subtracting? Or what's the inverse of subtracting? It's addition, right? So Devin, you can rotate your laptop so I can see it. So we're going to add 13 to both sides. Then step two, what's the inverse of multiplying? What's the opposite? Division. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. All right. So all of that just to get us here. So to get G by itself, I'm going to add 13 to both sides. Add 13. Right? And you don't need to write this down, obviously, every time. But this is how you should think about it. I need to undo the things that were happening to it. So I add 13, and I can't just add 13 willy-nilly on the left-hand side. I got to add it to both sides. Devin, you can definitely put your phone away. Definitely you can do that. So I do it to both sides. That is the addition property of equality. So add prop equal. Oh, by the way, for our new student, you can find this problem. It's listed as page on 16, 3 to 16, I think. And it's on like the third to last page in that packet. So it's already written there. My bad. I'm trying here. I'm trying. So let's see, 2G, these 13s cancel out. It'll equal 13 plus 3 is 16. And we would now, according to our process, I'm thinking we divide both sides by 2, right? The inverse operation of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. And so I'm going to get G equals 8. All right, so that's the idea. I did 2 inverse operations. Now, yesterday we talked about, why wouldn't I want to divide both sides by 2 first? What happens if I try that? Right, if I try to divide, when I divide both sides, everybody gets divided by 2. And I'm going to get like decimals or fractions, and oh man, I don't want to have to deal with that. No, thank you. Right, so I'm just, no, right? No. Now, this is true. You can technically still solve it, but mathematicians are efficiently lazy people. We would rather try the easier path, the least amount of work, and the maximum output from it. So no, thank you. I don't feel like doing that. All right, let's look at another problem here. So skipping down, I'm on problem 6. Oh, this is a good one. I'm going to ask my poll everywhere audience. All right, so I want the M to be by itself. And so let's see, poll everywhere. Let's see, am I accepting the polls? Let's see, I just cleared the results again, so you'll have to re-click. All right, I've got people voting. The people are voting. All right, to get M by itself, I'm going to have to move that 7. Let's see what the results are. And beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, boo. Aha! It's we've got 2 people, not everyone voted, that said add to both sides. Now, I knew this was worth doing right here. This was worth doing. This minus sign applies to the M. This 7 is technically positive. So I don't want to add 7 to both sides. I actually have to subtract 7 from both sides. Yeah, that done be sneaky. So I've got, 10 minus 7 is 3, and 3 is equal to the opposite of m. Therefore, what do you think positive m is going to equal? Or regular m. How could I get to regular m? How can I get rid of this negative 1? I could think about this as being negative 1 times m, and then the inverse operation is going to be divide by negative 1 on both sides. You could also think about it as multiplying both sides by negative 1, or you can just say change everybody's sign, and you can do that. Like, you can just opposite everybody. So I'll have negative 3 is equal to positive m, and then let's flip that around so it's m equals negative 3. Right, put our variable on the left-hand side. Also, by the way, if you wanted to immediately put the variable on the left-hand side, you could have written 7 minus m equals 10. You could have flipped it around right at the beginning if you wanted to. All right, so how'd we do on that problem? I mean, I'm guessing we had a lot of us get that wrong, because a lot of people want to make that minus sign and pretend that it applies to the 7. All right, cool. Right, well, you did it through guess and check. I need you to know how to do the algebra. Oh, man, I did a good job picking these earlier. Good job, Past Waddy. All right, so I've got d minus 8 equal, all divided by negative 2 equals 12. Let me clear these results. All right, clear them. All right, so you guys start voting. I'll put this up on the screen. So what do we do first? I see 2 operations taking place. All right. See, I see 2 operations. I see subtraction by 8, and I see division, all right, by negative 2. All right, let's see what the survey says. Whoa, we're all mixed up. That's okay. Let's see. So I heard subtract from both sides. I heard multiply both sides. Oh, people are changing. Or, we got 2 votes, actually, rather, saying divide both sides. I believe the correct answer was C, is my guess. I believe the correct answer is C. Now, you might say, but Mr. Waddy, you said that we're sad mapping. All right? Right? You said that we would deal with subtraction before division. And it turns out that I actually can't access that minus sign. It's locked inside these parentheses, that this fraction bar is a type of grouping symbol. All right, and I can't just add 8 to both sides. It's locked in there. So I've got to get rid of the fraction first, and I'm going to do that by, I guess I'll multiply both sides by negative 2. All right, negative 2 on both sides. If you want to write the 12 times negative 2, make sure you put parentheses around it so it doesn't look like 12 minus 2. We're multiplying both sides by negative 2. And notice in doing so, the 2's, yoink, yoink, cancel out. Swipe, swipe, those minus signs do as well. Let's see. What is going to be left on the left-hand side? Here, Pooja, what do you think is left over here? Yeah, d minus 8 equals negative 24. Splendidly done. All right, let's ask the polls again. Let's see, remove this, clear the results. So d minus 8 equals negative 24. How am I getting d by itself? All right, the votes are coming in. Oh, I'm hearing add to both sides or subtract from both sides. Not everyone voted. Well, d is being subtracted by 8. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. So adding to both sides is the thing that we were supposed to do. So d is equal to, the signs are different, so I subtract them, that's 16. And who's more influential? Yeah, the negative, so it's negative 16. Tell you what, let's do a check for this one, because I've been skipping the checks. So let's do a check. I think I can fit it down here. So I'll have negative 16 minus 8 divided by negative 2 equals 12. So order of operations, I would do negative 16 minus 8. I get negative 24 divided by negative 2 equals 12. And negative divided by negative is positive. I get 12 equals 12. What do you know? That checks out, friends. Cha-ching. Check it out. That's right. That's right. I like it. Let's see. I think I have one more problem for us. Ooh. All right. We're definitely going to ask the polls on this one. 6c minus 8 minus 2c equals negative 16. Let's see. Let's remove this. Clear the results. All right. What do we do? Ooh. Oh. Let's see. Let's let the votes come in. Now, there are multiple approaches. You could defend your argument, all right? There's multiple ways you could do this. Let's find out what happens. All right, here's the votes. We are divided. Let's see, someone said add to both sides. I'm going to say that person is potentially correct. That is a permissible move if you wanted to add 8 to both sides. That's fine. That's not the way I would do it, though. I like the, let's see, this one said move a variable to the other side by adding and subtracting. That's less helpful. It's possible, but working against us. I'm agreeing with this one, combining like terms. Well done. So 6c minus 2c, I can combine those. Those are buddies. And 6 minus 2 is 4, and those are still c's, right? 6 apples minus 2 apples is 4 apples. It's not suddenly like 4 apple pies. All right, they're still c's. 4c minus 8 equals negative 16. So I definitely recommend simplifying first. That means you're combining like terms. Yeah, did you guys know I could make my inkwell disappear? Yeah, I keep forgetting that I can do that as well. All right, 4c minus 8 equals negative 16. Let's vote. What is the next move? I just cleared it. What is the next move? I could deal with the multiply by 4 or the minus 8. Hopefully we're going to get more and more closely to a consensus. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Add to both sides. Add to both sides. I'm a fan. All right. This is being multiplied by 4 and subtracted by 8. Now, add to both sides. Definitely a good choice. Although I will suggest if someone said divide, we'll do a parallel dimension over here. 4c minus 8 equals negative 16. This is not my recommended strategy. I'd rather have you guys do a strategy that works easily every time. But notice this, dividing actually is okay. Why is dividing okay this time? Yeah, because all of those numbers are divisible by 4, right? That's actually, it's okay this time. I didn't have any weird fractions. And so that'll actually work out. But let's do it the traditional way. So 4c, lining up my equal signs, is negative 8. And now on this one, let's not even vote. What do I do? How do I get rid of multiplying by 4, friends? Divide is the inverse of multiply. And guys, this is the work that I need to see for you to get credit on a quiz or a test. All right, I need to see this work done out. If you just tell me what C equals, no go. Because I'm grading you on the process I'm teaching you, not the answer you're getting. Yeah. And also, with showing your work, if you have the wrong answer, I can give you a lot of partial credit based off of your conceptual understanding. Right, maybe you'd lose like a point out of 4. But yeah, so this is the way we show our work. We got to communicate. Math is a language. We're actually going to be having you guys communicate mathematically later on today with a gallery walk. If I did it this way, if we were adventurous and divided first, how would I solve this version? Add 2, both sides. I like it. Will this give us the same answer? Absolutely. Well done, our newest algebra-y. You don't have to be an algebra-y if you don't want. It's completely optional. It's okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, internet friends. Have a great day. Bye-bye.